Welcome back to another episode of Tendonitis Tuesday, and today we're going to answer Luke's question about pain. And he asks, Martin, can you explain more about what kind of pain is okay during tendon rehab and what isn't, and how to safely add difficulty without regressing? So let's get a clearer picture of what type of pain is okay and how you can progress safely. If you look at the different treatment protocols they tested in academic research, you'll find that all of them allowed pain during the rehab process with different definitions of what's okay and what isn't. Here are some of them. Pain is okay as long as it's not debilitating. Moderate pain is okay. You can exercise despite pain and you only stop when it's debilitating. And pain during rehab is acceptable, but it should not increase after the training. And if you wanted to, you could keep searching and make this list even longer, but the core message would stay the same, and it is that pain during tendon rehab is okay and maybe even normal. And as a corollary, expecting zero pain may be unrealistic. In fact, a common recommendation you will find in these research papers is to increase resistance of the tendon exercises as soon as pain drops too low. How's that for zero pain? In terms of specific numbers, the consensus is that pain during tendon rehab should be a 4 out of 10 at max, but definitely not more. And you'll also want to monitor the delayed pain reaction, but more on that in a moment. As for the pain levels, I've always found those numbers a bit abstract, because what's 4 out of 10 pain anyway? So I was thinking maybe we should try some specific examples. When I think about moderate pain, the first example or the first memory that comes to my mind is the pain you get from an average sunburn. You know, this type of pain is uncomfortable and taking a shower sucks, but you can still do it if you have to. Another example for me would be walking on a sprained ankle. If you walk with just the right technique. You know, this beautiful limp that will get you anywhere as long as you have patience. And a third example that sits right on the cusp to debilitating pain is calf cramps. These can be so exquisite that I'd rate them at a pain level of up to 5 of 10, which is more than just moderate pain and explains why some people react by screaming in agony. 6 of 10 is a level of pain that you maybe could still push through, but it would take a lot of mental effort. At this level, it will start to dominate your senses, and the main thing you'll think about is getting rid of it immediately. Examples from my memory would be a serious toothache or standing on that sprained ankle the wrong way. Now we have some examples on our pain scale. In the studies I mentioned earlier, researchers had their participants train through pain at a level of 4 out of 10, but I would recommend taking a more careful approach with 3 of 10 as the upper limit, especially if your tendon gets irritated easily. The ideal scenario would be a pain level of 1 or 2 out of 10 during and after the training, which brings us to the more important part, the pain response. Because how your tendon reacts to load tells you a lot about how much you can increase resistance from one training session to the next without risking a setback. And in that regard, you can be in one of 3 categories. You're in this category if your tendon reacts to stressful activities with minimal or no discomfort. So you're doing your rehab exercises and maybe you notice it a little bit in your knees after you're done, but even that small increase will go away again within a day. If that's the case for you, you can be more aggressive with how fast you're advancing your tendon exercises, and you're among the lucky few that have more leeway with making rehab mistakes, unlike the folks in category 2. If your pain increases more than just a little bit after the training, to the point where you notice it throughout your day, but it doesn't yet limit you and it goes away again within about 24 hours, you are in category 2. If that's the case for you, you have to be more careful with how fast you're progressing your tendon exercises. So instead of increasing resistance in every single training session, you may have to limit yourself to increasing only once per week, or maybe even only once every other week. And you may also have to use smaller increments. And I know this may sound like bad news at first, but think about it. As long as you're careful, you will make consistent progress. So it's only a question of time until your tendons get strong enough to put you back into category number 1. you're in category 3 if your tendon reacts to load with high pain that lasts for more than 24 hours. And you may also have a lot of pain throughout your day, and making progress may be difficult for you. This is the toughest category you could be in, and you're basically playing the game at the highest difficulty setting. And if that's your situation, your priority should be to help your tendons calm down, to get you back into category 2. And the most effective way to do that is by avoiding any and all activities that lead to an increase of pain. So take the elevator instead of the stairs. Sit with your legs straight, sleep with your legs straight. Don't kneel, don't run, don't jump, and use ice like I explained in the other video. One last fact about tendon pain that I want to mention and that may give you some peace of mind is that just because there is pain doesn't mean you're damaging the tendon. There's no direct relationship between pain and tissue damage, because you could have no pain in spite of abnormal tissue changes inside your tendon, just like you can have pain without any such detectable changes. And here's where all that leaves us. So when it comes to pain during tendon rehab, your goal is to have as little as possible, but at the same time, it's unrealistic to expect zero pain. Your pain should only ever be moderate or low, but never debilitating, and the type of pain response you're getting from your training will tell you how fast you can advance your tendon exercises. You should always advance them as fast as possible, but as slow as necessary. And I realize it's sort of a non-answer, but recovery speed, it's always highly individual. For example, some of the people that have taken my Tough Tendons course made huge progress in just a few weeks, but others needed months to get the same results. It's unfair and it's frustrating, but that's why I'm here to help. So let me save you some time by showing you what works and what doesn't. Just sign up over at fixedkneepain.com/tendonitis and we can get started. And if you've done that already, so you're getting my emails, feel free or gently pressured to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, if you have a question you'd like me to answer in a future video, leave a comment below. Das war's und bis bald.